What is up, you guys? Glitchiz here, and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for a little bit. I took a tiny hiatus during the holidays to spend some time with friends and family, but we are officially back and ready to make some consistent content for you guys here moving forward. But today I wanted to do a quick breakdown of the huge update that's dropping for Once Human in the 1.4 patch. There's a ton of things coming, so let's jump right into it and start going over it. And the first thing being the new vision wheel system that was sort of announced during the live stream event that happened for New Year's. For those of you that don't know what that is, the vision wheel is a new system that's being brought to Once Human to kind of change the way hard mode is going to work on all the different scenarios that we play. It is going to be available on Manibus, Evolution's Call, Prism vs. Clash, and The Way of Winter, and it will basically change the game modes and change the environment and things like that based on the seasonal event. In this case, it's going to be the Lunar Oracle is the first seasonal basically vision that we're going to be dealing with the vision wheel, and it's going to add some new modifiers to the game that we'll go over here in a second, and these new modifiers and these new visions, if you will last approximately 3 months each, and then every time that 3-month period ends, a new vision wheel cycle is going to happen, and that will change the hard mode variant of all of our favorite scenarios into a different new refreshed version of them. So the one that we're going to be dealing with now starting tomorrow on the 16th is called the Lunar Oracle. Basically what this does is at dusk, a crimson moon will be cast, and its anomalous light will be shed upon the wilderness. Deviants will gain enhanced stats, while players will experience falling sanity, which must be recovered by defeating enemies. Players also gain increased yield and special crate rewards when their HP is low. So basically at dusk, there's going to be about a 15-minute window in-game time where this crimson moon is going to spawn. All the enemies are going to become berserked and do additional damage. However, there's going to be some high risk, high reward. We will have the potential to take more damage, but like we mentioned, there's going to be hidden chests that we're going to be able to find. We're going to be able to proc new effects with some of the armor that we're going to be going over, and it's just going to add a new gameplay style and variety to some of the scenarios that we've already played. So it's pretty cool. And that will go from January 16th to April 24th. And then as those phases progress, we're going to be introduced to a few more additions to that same scenario. So on February 13th, the exclusive event Crimson Moon will begin. There's also going to be exclusive skins available during this period. On March 13th of Lunar Oracle, gameplay will be upgraded as a mysterious shadow appears. Not sure what that's going to be, but it's going to be another wrench in the gameplay, I'm sure. And then the main effect that we're all going to be dealing with during this Lunar Oracle season is called lunacy. When outside your territory, lunacy causes you to steadily lose sanity down to a minimum of 20%. It also greatly reduces your sanity recovery rate, requiring you to defeat enemies in order to recover your sanity back. However, lunacy also grants you a resource acquisition buff that grows stronger as your HP falls. During a Lunar Oracle, you can earn Lunar Whispers, which is a new temporary currency, by defeating enemies and participating in various game modes. When you have lunacy, the lower your HP, the more Lunar Whispers you will obtain. Lunar Whispers are a limited time currency and must be used before they expire. Now, if you die, the Crimson Moon will grant you a blessing that protects you from lunacy during the current lunar cycle. So basically that 15-minute window, and then you won't have to worry about losing sanity again during the remainder of that period. Once you do a full day-night cycle again and it pops back up, then you have the chance to start interacting with that mechanic again. You will also lose a certain quantity of Lunar Whispers based on your sanity level at the time of death. The lower your sanity, the more Lunar Whispers you will lose. When you are infected with lunacy, you will be able to see the world in its true form, allowing you to discover hidden oracle chests in settlements and more deviated plants out in the wilderness. So it looks like we're going to have a new hidden chest in every settlement, so that's another thing you're going to want to make sure you look out for. However, gathering resources in the wilderness will carry the chance of triggering deviant attacks. Maybe I'll show a clip here. It looks like once you open one of these oracle chests, there is some random chances that extra enemies are going to spawn, and again, during these lunar cycles, all the enemies are going to be enraged and do additional damage, so keep that in mind. and you're going to basically get this glow and some red eyes. That's how you're visually going to know that the crimson moon is active and you're part of the lunacy effect. Moving on to wilderness changes during this event. During a lunar oracle, deviants in the wilderness will go berserk, growing more aggressive and dealing increased damage. Unique elite enemies will also appear in settlements. Keep that in mind. So not even the neutral territories and settlements where you would interact with NPCs. Those areas aren't going to be safe either during these time periods. Enemies will be able to spawn. Oracle crates will appear in settlements and can be unlocked using those lunar whispers that you get from killing enemies during the Crimson Moon. These crates come in different grades, each requiring a different amount of lunar whispers to open. Inside, you'll find exclusive formulas that will significantly enhance your abilities. Crates also contain mods with the lunar suffix. I'll go over what that is here in a minute. It can also contain lunar animal skins, unique animals, and lunar oracle morphed deviations. So yes, we are going to be getting cool, unique, basically shiny variants of some of our deviants, our deviations rather, based around this Lunar Oracle Crimson Moon cycle event, which is pretty cool. I've already seen screenshots for the Wolf, Pyro Dino, I think By the Wind, and the what was the last one? The Frost Spirit, the Frost Sprite, I think is another one that I saw for. So that's something that we're going to be hunting down. In response to the threat posed by the Lunar Oracle deviations, you can enhance your abilities by mixing and matching gear, mods, deviations, dishes, and medicine of different Lunar Oracle genres, which makes me believe that we're going to have some new unique recipes and food items and consumables as well that are going to be geared towards this event, so that's pretty cool. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is if the Prime War or Stronghold Conquest is started during a Lunar Oracle, the game mode will also be affected by the anomalous vision of the lunacy. So an example is if a Chaos Weaver spawns and descends during a Lunar Oracle, the region will be affected by both the Lunar Oracle effects and the blizzard or volcanic storms that can happen when a Chaos Weaver spawns. So you're going to get some double multipliers happening during some of these scenarios when you do the hard mode variants of them. So keep that in mind. Moving on. For the scenarios themselves, basically they're going to be getting rid of all hard mode versions of the scenarios, and these new vision wheel cycles, in this case the Lunar Oracle, are going to replace those hard mode variants. So you're not going to see a hard mode tag on the server lists that you're going to be choosing. They will offer the normal versions of each of the scenarios, but then you'll also want to check the ones for the particular vision wheel tag, in this case Lunar Oracle, to know that you're selecting one of the hard mode variants. After the 16th, all the hard mode variants are going to be removed moving forward, so keep that in mind. And then to ensure that everyone can choose the game mode that is most suitable to them, we will be removing these cooldown for scenario exits and give everyone a free scenario exit card. So if you're like me or a lot of other people that jumped right into another scenario after the previous one ended, obviously this current scenario is not going to be over by the time this Lunar Oracle event starts tomorrow. So now we'll be able to get a scenario exit card for free. You just use that, and then you can opt out of your current scenario instantaneously and just immediately jump into one of the new Lunar Oracle cycle scenarios if you so choose. So that's pretty cool. The other big thing that's coming with this update is a bunch of new weapons and armor, the first of which being the Critical Pulse, which is a shock or power surge rather crossbow. Trigger consecutive power surges to generate orb lightning pulses. And here's a cool little video demo. Creates a chain lightning effect with your crossbow. That's pretty cool. We also get the Primal Rage. This is a new SMG that allows you to transform HP into ammunition, so you almost never have to reload as long as you have a high HP pool. So that is pretty cool. And then the last new one that we're getting is called Hazardous Object. Make everything go boom with this explosive pistol. Unlike the Jaws where you just trigger Unstable Bomber to do explosives, this looks like you almost throw the weapon as a throwable item, almost like a grenade, and that will detonate. And if you look at the little demo here, it starts out at 14 rounds in the mag. He throws the pistol, it explodes, and then he gets 9 ammo back, so almost half the magazine. So I'm curious how it's going to work once we see the official tooltip. Maybe it's going to be like depending on how many enemies get killed from the explosion, you can regen some of your ammunition back. That'd be interesting. There's also a particular mod that we'll go over here soon that's brand new with this scenario that also gives you boosted stats anytime that you use a throwable item. So I'm curious if you could combo that with this particular weapon. That would be interesting to test. So that's something I'm looking forward to seeing here. But then moving on to new armors, we have a couple new unique armor pieces. The first one is called the Overloaded Pants. Temporarily gain unlimited ammunition after dealing power surge damage a number of times. How many times that is, I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll find out. But that has the potential to be pretty good to gain unlimited ammunition on a power surge weapon. That's pretty cool. The other one is going to be Charmed Mag Top. When in fast gunner status, you have a chance of firing extra bullets per shot. The less ammunition in your current magazine, the higher the chance for this perk to proc. So that's pretty interesting. Fast gunner is in a really good place right now, so I'd be curious to test that out as well. And then the last one for one-off unique items is going to be the Viper Mask. Greatly increase the range of Unstable Bomber, which also deals increased damage proportional to its range, because as you know, the radius of Unstable Bomber explosions kind of dissipates the far out radius you get, the less damage it's going to do. So by doing this, it'll make the area of effect and overall damage of any Unstable Bomber hit do more damage every time it procs, which is pretty interesting. And then last but not least, we have a full set that we're going to be getting called the Treacherous Tide set. The 1-piece bonus will give weapon damage reduction. 2-piece bonus will give, when your HP is below 70%, you'll gain a buff to weapon and status damage. 3-piece bonus will reduce the effects of sanity on max HP, which could combo really well during the full Crimson Moon phases during your day-night cycle, and grants a buff to weapon and status damage that increases as your sanity goes down. And then the 4-piece final bonus will gain a shield anytime your HP is low, which if you have a ton of sanity, should be all the time. So you're kind of getting bonus shields, bonus HP, and there's actually another mod as well that we'll go over in a minute that might combo well with this, that gives you bonuses anytime you have shields. So that could be a good combination pick that you could do with this particular armor set. But moving on to the arms, like I was saying, we have a few of them coming that are brand new. For the helmets, we have one called Weapon Symphony. After switching weapons, you receive a boost to fire rate and weapon damage. The effect weakens over time. We also get Quick Toss after using a throwable item. This is the one I was saying might combo well with that new explosive pistol. You grant a fire rate buff and replenish the magazine of your last weapon held. So that could be an interesting combo. For our tops, we have the Ardent Shield. When shielded, you gain additional damage reduction, and single instances of damage will not penetrate the shield. So it has to be multiple shots. One big shot won't damage the shield at all, so that's pretty cool. That'd be good for tankier builds. Moving on to pants, we have Elemental Resonance. Grant the next magazine an elemental damage buff based on the amount of elemental damage dealt by the previous magazine. And then Critical Surge, gain a stackable crit damage buff upon reloading from an empty mag. Moving on to shoes, we have Against All Odds, gain a stackable weapon and status damage buff upon receiving damage. Power of Striving, upon expending stamina, gain a weapon and status damage buff. The lower your stamina, the stronger the buff will be. And then moving on to the Lunar Oracle mod suffixes, and this is the one that I was saying you get from those special crates. In the scenarios with the Blood Moon tag, you can find the Lunar Oracle crates containing mods with unique suffixes in the wilderness. The applicable mods for these will be your helmet and your top armor piece, so the chest piece. And what the suffix effect does is as your HP falls, which if we're getting hit by sanity a lot, could be pretty frequently, you gain a crit damage, elemental damage, weapon damage, and status damage buff all at the same time. So that's pretty crazy. You're getting 4 pretty big boosts from just one mod, basically. So I'm really curious to see how well that combos with some of the builds that we've got in the game right now. Moving on to the Cradle. This is broken up into 2 images. I'll kind of just pause here so you guys can screenshot it. I won't read all of these one by one. I'm assuming it's going to be column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, and then the designated rows. But by the looks of it, we have a couple of them. They're going to be geared towards the new sanity effects. But then the rest of them, from what it seems like, looks like a decent mix of pretty much every combination of Cradle Perk you would need for any type of build or weapon that you're going for, which is what they started doing in the previous changes to Manibus in the previous update, where we, like before, it was kind of geared towards one type of weapon in that particular season, so everyone kind of used the same builds. But now they're slowly starting to make it so that they have good Cradle Perks for pretty much every weapon type and every damage type in the game. So regardless of what build you decide to run, you should have some good key Cradle Perks to make your build a little bit better, which is a really good feature that I'm glad they're starting to do now. Moving on to combat environment tags, we're going to be having, at least for this event, Void, Coherence, and Phase. So make sure you pick up the anti versions of them in your cradle to cover all of those different types, and or use the specific weapon that basically counters those. Then we also have a new deviation coming called the Wishbox. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's a special territory deviation, and by placing it in the isolated securement unit, you can find it in your territory, and what you do is you place any item you want into this wish box, and then every single hour it will change that item into something else entirely randomly. So it could be really good, could be really bad, we have no idea, but every hour you can check back and that new item will change to something else. So who knows what the loot pool is or what it could potentially change into, but it's going to be kind of random, I'm assuming, like the now caught eggs. You won't really know what's in there until you get it, but we'll see. And that can be found, I believe, in the shop for Stella Planula or from Morphic crates. So that is where you would find that. Moving on to the Wish Machine. After the update on January 16th, so tomorrow, the new Wish Machine prize pools will be available for 3 weeks. The first one being Critical Power Surge, which will include the weapon blueprint for the Critical Pulse, which is the new crossbow, as well as Contradictory Shrapnel for the Conflicting Memories, and then Overload Power Surge, which will include blueprints for the Overloaded Pants, the Blackstone Pants, Blackstone Gloves, and the Blackstone Mask. And then on the 30th, on the afternoon, a new pool will start for another 3 weeks, which will have Raging Bull, which will include the blueprint for Primal Rage, which is the new SMG, the Silent Anabasis, which is a good frost weapon, one of my favorites, and the Magic Gunslinger combo, which has blueprints for the Charmed Mag Top, the Treacherous Tides Helmet, Treacherous Tides Pants, and the Treacherous Tides Shoes, which are 3 pieces from the new 4-piece armor set that's going to be unlocking. So that is the new Wish Machine options we're going to be having available to us. Moving on, the other big change that they're finally implementing is gender conversion. Build a floor mirror in your territory and interact with it. And if you pick up a metamorphosis token, which we will all be able to do for just 1 energy link apiece in the shop, will allow you to instantly change the gender of your character if you so choose. I believe you will be able to buy additional metamorphosis tokens for Christian after the fact. Hopefully you don't need to do it more than 1 time, but they will have the option available to do both if you so choose. And then we move on to the shop itself, and there is a ton of stuff coming. I won't read out all the names, but we can scroll through here and just get an idea of some of the things we have to look forward to. So we've got the new Hype Dino Crate. That's actually going to be going away and replaced with this new one. Got a cool male and female skin here, and what looks like a new skin for the off-road ATV Jeep vehicle. So the first Jeep vehicle that skin that we're going to be getting. So pretty cool there. And from what I remember from the testing, there's quite a few options for this, so I wouldn't be surprised if the rolls are going to end up being pretty expensive. It is the first one, and typically from past experiences, the first vehicle skins of any vehicle ended up being pretty expensive, so keep that in mind. Spend wisely, if you will. But the other cool thing is, if you missed out the first time, they are actually bringing back the Pyroglide loot crate as well. So you'll have a chance to get the Glitchy armor skin and the Pyroglide flaming motorcycle skin as well. A lot of people were requesting that to finally come back, and it is now officially here once again. Moving on to the new shop arrivals for things like territory and decorations. Epic Territory Pack, Rocky Fun Collection, the Fine Fashion Set, Gale Bolt will be available on the 16th, as well as many other Spring Festival themed items to choose from. I think that's just spring in general for the environment, but we're getting the Party Icon set, the Wild Feast set, and the Florivox Cabin set, which is a cool outdoor wood themed set, which we have right here. So that's pretty cool looking as well. And then subsequently on January 30th, so almost the very end of the month, the Epic Fashion Set Snowbound Chic, as well as the Epic Theme Pack Overlimit, and the Epic Furniture Pack Sunlit Bliss Bedroom and Fine Facility Skin Bundle Loamy Soil Spring Soil will be added to the store as well. So here is the snowboarder set. This is that spring themed bedroom set, the decoration set. And then we have Epic Fashion Set Heat Storm. I'm not sure if that's what this one is. Fiery Youth. And then the Wallpaper Pack Dreamland Wallpaper Bundle. And the new Facility Skin Bundle Weapon Rack Trend Collection. As well as the Injection Attack will be available on the 6th of February. So pretty much every couple weeks, there's going to be multiple new skins and additions added to the store that we have to look forward to. So we're going to have a bunch of new options to check out after this. And here's some screenshots, like an indoor play area and like pool tiling, which I'm sure a lot of people would like if they build a pool area. So that's pretty cool there. Moving on, we have the Spring Festival event that will be coming. That's just around the corner, bringing many events and gifts. Unlock over 10 cosmetic and furniture items, 2 exclusive deviations, and 3 Spring Festival recipes, all for free. There's also more than 10,000 Starchrome waiting to be earned. So gather your friends and embark on a lucky moonlit journey that will start on January 16th. So tomorrow, and go until February 23rd. And then to highlight, go to the Springs Invitation, log in every week to earn cosmetics, unlock Spring Festival dishes to bring you good luck on your journeys. The Wild Wish Party is another event. Wishland Party Island has a festive new look for the Spring Festival. Eternaland Carnival crates are back, plus a new and challenging carnival parkour event. So we're going to get some new parkour challenges. That's pretty neat. They're also getting a new event called Wacky Racing. Spring is in season for laughter and travel. Under the influence of the Lunar Oracle, vehicles in this event seem to move even faster. Gather your friends and embark on an open world racing spree. And from the information that I had from a cheat sheet that I gathered, I believe you get like a 125% increase to your vehicle speed, which is insane. We're going to be flying all over the map, so that'll be a pretty cool little event to try out. Moving on, the Lunar Oracle Dungeon Challenge. You get a quick taste of combat under the influence of the Lunar Oracle. We have the Spring Festival Lucky Painting. Collect Spring Festival themed outfits to unlock the New Year's painting. Decorate your home and get a Spring Festival Lucky Bag. I have another little tab here that I'll go over for a team up event that involves the lucky bags as well. And then you have obviously the daily gifts. So starting on the first day of the Spring Festival, a new gift will unlock each day, leading up to a grand gift on the day of the Lantern Festival. So invite your friends to join and claim all those gifts together. And then last but not least, we have a bunch of obvious optimizations, balances to different build types, and just in-game bug fixes. I won't go over all of these, but a lot of the changes are going to be for the damage types. So bounce is getting some changes. A lot of the key unique items are getting changed. Just for the sake of time, I won't go over all of these, but I'll probably post a link to this exact thread in the description. And if you want to go through every single individual patch note, feel free and see exactly what's changing. But from what I saw, a lot of stuff is actually getting buffed. Instead of them nerfing a bunch of things this time around to kind of balance things out, they just took the lower end stuff and made it stronger. So we should all be getting stronger across the board this update, which is pretty cool to see, which you don't usually see when they do updates. They usually nerf things. So that was pretty cool. Movement speed adjustments, add a display of the sprint speed and roll bonuses to the stats panel. Again, I don't want to waste too much time here and go over all these. Bunch of developer notes, teleportations back to a campsite or your territory or a teammate's territory now share a unified cooldown timer. So there's a lot of cool, just like quality of life stuff that's going on with this update as well. A lot of cosmetic updates for physics and like breaking of the geometry and things like that. Those were being changed. Using emotes when using certain types of shoes, your character is floating above ground. They fixed that issue. Moving on to combat optimizations. Quick switch ammo function has an optimize appearance change now. Optimize the display of the stat screen. Stats of the same category are now grouped together under a descriptive subheading, making it easier to understand what each stat does. So that's pretty cool. Scenario. optimize the server selection process, optimize the scenario recommendations for returning players. The player sign-up limit for each server will now be lifted after a certain number of days, so you shouldn't have to worry about being locked out if one of your friends forgot to join in time. So that's pretty cool. Just have to wait a little while. Dungeons are getting a new feature, added a hidden loot crate to securement silos that can be opened with controllers. So you get extra rewards, not just from the boss, but now from an additional chest. Inside the securement silo, mysterious deviations will keep spawning, and if you defeat all of them, it will reveal a hidden loot crate containing mods, weapons, energy links, and additional stardust sources. So that's pretty cool. Storage is getting a nice little update. They optimized the item transfer process. So when you are depositing items into the vault or the space-time backpack, items with the lowest value will be replaced first. So you don't have to worry about some of your rare items accidentally getting dropped if you're hitting the capacity limit. So that's a good fix. And then just a bunch of other cosmetics, shop, territory, and other random small bug fixes. So that is, in summary, the big 1.4 update. But on top of all that, there is a couple last minute things that I still wanted to mention. And that is, we have a new Twitch drop event going on starting tomorrow on the 16th, going through February 11th. We've got 5 new potential items that we can unlock. If you gift a sub to a certain streamer, that will instantly unlock the Roxy Charm Cradle skin. We also get the Auspicious Beast weapon sticker, the Keepsake coin, the Elegant Guest emote, and the Serpent's Hold gloves for 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, and 1 hour of watch time, respectively. So all of you Twitch streamers out there, I haven't streamed in a long time, but just go and check out one of these sponsored streamers, and I'm sure they're going to have these drops live. So go and check them out. Matty Gorm, he's a buddy of mine. I know he streams on Twitch, and he'll have these drops live. Go and check him out, and that'll be a good place to go get those. And then last but not least, the final thing that I wanted to go over is the Team Up to Survive event. So this is going on from January 10th to February 12th. And what this does is just similar to the one we had in the previous Way of Winter update. They have this one now where you can join up with friends, and this time we're collecting deviations to get a bunch of free rewards right out the gate if you sign in with this little app here. I'll probably put a link for this down in the description below. You can instantly claim a regular lucky bag, which will have 2,000 Starcrum, a Butterfly's Emissary crate, and additional Stardust. However, if you do some of these tasks, one is to share this particular event page on your social media, pre-register for the mobile version of the game, and then you invite a bunch of other friends of yours and have them do certain tasks as well. One of being hit level 15 in the battle pass, another one being just log into the game a certain number of times. Once you complete those, you will be given draws, and then you use those draws to hopefully unlock all 5 different deviation cards. And as you see here, I've got 2 of them unlocked already, the Digby Boy and Mr. Wish. And then ideally, once you've collected all 5 of them, you can merge your lucky bag into a deluxe lucky bag. And if we quickly click the rewards list here, the deluxe lucky bag, guaranteed 100%, will have another 2,000 Starcrum, a Butterfly Emissary crate times 5, 3 canned seafood oil, great for farming materials, and 600 Stardust source, but it will also have a chance for the following rewards: 9,999 Christian, 6,480 Christian, 3,240 Christian, or 1,620 Christian. There's also 2 smaller ones for 600 and 300 Christian. So right out the gate, you have a chance of getting a ton of paid currency for free, which is pretty cool, as well as a bunch of Starcrum. So we've got 1,500 Starcrum here, 1,000 Starcrum here, and then potentially 350 Mitsuko marks. Now, I don't think you'll receive all of these. I'm sure it'll probably most likely just be one of them randomly. But if you get real lucky, you're getting almost 10,000 Christian, which is insane. It's like over $100, I think, in Christian that you can get, which is pretty crazy. All for just doing this little event and sharing it with friends and getting lucky and clicking on a button. So I'll post this link in the description. I'll post the link to the update for the Twitch, or not the Twitch, the patch notes in the description. And yeah, hopefully that helped you guys out. I know I'm excited about it. If you guys liked it and it was informative, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. I appreciate all of your guys' feedback. Also, if you want to keep up to date with my future Once Human content, consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell. And then last but not least, if you want to join a killer community of like-minded gamers, feel free to check those links down in the description and join us on the Discord. We've got over 1,000 members there now, many of which are playing Once Human. So hopefully you jump in and we see you guys around here soon. But until the next one, hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you all later.